Hi, I'm Carmen Hope Thomas, and this is my husband,
Jason Thomas.
and he is the proud owner of Future Family Finance. Now, I asked my husband to do this video for a specific reason, and it kind of came to a head today because we got a phone call, but I'll tell you about that in a second.
That's fine, go right ahead.
When we first got married, we've been married 10 years now, and when we first got married, it was a struggle for me to allow him to handle the finances. I really thought I had a system that worked, but my system paled in comparison to his. And now with his financial firm, he does a lot of counseling with people all over the world. And one of the things that's been happening is people are starting to realize years later that they probably should have signed up years ago when they didn't. And I wanted him to share with you guys some information that he shared with me years ago, about 8 years ago, when I finally sat down and tried to get an understanding as to how he was handling our finances. So what he's going to do, and I asked him specifically to do this, I want you to show them 2 loans, 2, and help you to understand that money doesn't work the way you think it does, because that's what happened to me. Now, how did this all happen? We got a call today.
We did.
It was a wife who she and her husband were coached and counseled 3 years ago.
That's correct.
They owned a mortgage then, and we were trying to get them to get out of that mortgage quicker, because we've had people get out of their mortgage, their car, their credit cards, everything in like 6 years, 30-year mortgages now. Because a mortgage should be paid off in how?
Average of 8 to 12 years.
Average of 8 to 12 years, a mortgage needs to be paid off. I don't care if it's a 30, 50, whatever 40 years, whatever you got on it, you can pay it off in 8 to 12 years. I didn't think that was possible. I was from the old school. When I got married, I had 2 houses, right?
Okay.
And I really thought I knew some stuff, but he knew more than I knew. He has a finance degree, finance background, worked with hedge funds, the whole nine. So he knew stuff I didn't know. So what I asked him specifically to do is to use this couple as an example, because I was this wife 10 years ago. That was me.
So let's go through this real quick. We're dealing with a situation where they just purchased a vehicle, or they have $25,000 balance on the vehicle at the moment.
Correct.
And she called because she wanted to know how she could save about $1,500 of interest on her car note. But remember now, she had entertained the techniques and the system that we employ 3 years ago, because one of the things that we do, we use technology to eliminate debt. Most people don't even understand or even know why one even needs to utilize technology. But we're not going to go through that today. What we're going to show you is just a few instances of how your money really, really works in eliminating debt. So what she was employing was what we call a debt roll-down system, or snowball effect. Where you take the smallest debt, pay that one off first, then roll it up to the next debt. Then the last one to be paid off is what, everyone? The mortgage. Okay. That's what most people do. Very inefficient. Very inefficient.
Trust me.
And that's because you don't understand how a loan really works. Once you understand it, we know that we have the mortgage, we know we have the car note. The question really should be, we know we have to pay that money off. The issue that we all have is the interest.
That's right.
So how can we pay these debts off for the least amount of interest cost?
So what I wanted him to do is something specific, and I don't want to cut you off.
Go for it.
The interest is never in front of you. So you're not, it's not top of mind. But we're going to put the interest in front of you, and we're going to show you, using this lady and husband, their example, we're going to show you why you need to look at your money differently. And to be honest with you, go ahead, honey.
So let's go to it. Here we have on the screen, everyone should see the $25,000 car note. 72 payments on this loan at 3%. The monthly payment is $379.84. Okay? So now she wants to know how to go about accelerating this payoff. Well, we can clearly see the interest paid on this right now. Let me get my pointer here together. The interest on this is just over $2,000.
Now, is that the interest she's paid already?
No, this is the interest that she will be paying on this $25,000 that she currently owes.
So just for a recap, because I want to make sure everybody understands this, the car costs $25,000.
Mm-hmm.
Her monthly payment is $379.84.
That's correct. And the total she's going to repay back is $27,348.48.
So that's with the interest and everything on the principal.
That's exactly correct.
So the total interest, with just outside of the principal, is $2,348.48. Okay, go.
Okay, so let's go through this real quick, and let's look at the amortization schedule here. So we can clearly see here on the screen that we're looking at the interest. Now she has about $2,500 that she wants to know what to do with the money, and so she's prepared now to put it on the car note at this point.
That's right.
Right. So let's look at this. So we look at these columns that we see on the screen, and we can clearly see in the cumulative interest column, okay, column number 3 here, well, column number 4, we got the payment over here, the principal, we've got the interest right next to it, and then we have the cumulative principal. So let's go down to here, which is line number 8. Here's roughly $2,500 that she has.
So now let's understand, because I don't want anybody to get lost. These monthly payments that you see, month number 1, month number 2, when she pays that, what was it, $379?
She's paying $379. So we can clearly see here.
The principal is $317, and then the interest is what?
Just over $60, $70 what she's paying in interest.
Interest. So that's how they break your payment up. Not all of that $379 is going to principal. Of course, we know there's interest. So that's how they've broken it out. So when she makes that monthly payment of $379, then she's got $2,500, right, that she wants to throw at it.
Right. So what's happening, she's adding up all the payments, that is what she's doing, that she has. She's making an extra $300-something every single month on it, is what she's doing. Now, she has money in savings at this point in time as well. So I'm advising her to go borrow the money from the savings. So she has about $2,500 that she's willing to borrow from herself right now. If she does that, she will be paid all the way down to here, line number 8. We can always see that, $25.61 paid down to here. But look how much interest she would actually save herself.
Only $477.66.
That's exactly correct.
So understand, guys, she made her monthly payment of $379, and then she went in there and gave them an extra $2,500 to put towards the principal, and it brought her down to line number 8 in the schedule. That we get this schedule in every one of our loan documents, so it's not something new. You get this schedule. So now she's paid down to line number 8. Now, what could she have done with that money?
So what we don't look at is our costs versus our benefits. The question that we never ask ourselves is, I've got this extra $300 or $2,500 left over at the end of the month. The question that we never ask ourselves is, what is the most amount of interest that we can cancel with this money? We never ask that.
No.
We look at the principal.
That's right.
But that's not the culprit. The issue that we all have is the interest. So let's look at this. Here now is the this is the $25,000 car note where we agreed applying $2,500 saves us $477. Now, here's the mortgage, $200,000 mortgage now at 6%. We see the monthly payment now is $11.99 on this. This is a 30-year loan, 360 payments. Now let's scroll down here and start looking at this thing a little bit more. Okay.
So she's got a $200,000 mortgage. Her payment is $11.99, and look at the interest.
The interest, the total amount of interest in the course of 30 years is $231,676.
Now that's interest. That's not the principal. So when you add the interest and the principal together,
well, let's take a look at this a little bit further. The interest and the principal together, the total amount that we will pay in the course of 30 years is $431,676.
So we've got the $200,000 loan, and then the total with interest and everything is $431,000.
So let's scroll down here and take a look at this thing.
We're going to look at it the same way we looked at the car note. So she pays $11.99 and what happens to the money?
Okay, so here we are right now on this. Here's the amortization schedule again, and what we're looking at now is the different columns. Here's the principal and interest column, cumulative principal column, and let's look at the same $2,500. Now, if we took that $2,500 and rather than applying it to the car note, applied it to the mortgage principal, you with me now?
Yes.
It would eliminate a whole year. Take us all the way down to line 12, wouldn't it?
And look how much interest saved.
It's, well, let's look at it, $24.56 in a penny. Now would have canceled $11,933.19 of interest, as opposed to how much? $477?
Exactly. So what is happening, and what happened to me was this. I realized that what I have been taught about money doesn't, that's one of the reasons why I always was in debt. We got married. My money was gone, like immediately. And he was like, what are you doing with the money? Let me handle the money. And I was like, no, no, no. And so what I'm starting to realize is a lot of people out there were like me. I thought it was just me. But I'm realizing there's a lot of people that are like me. You're on a treadmill. You don't know why you cannot get out of debt. And one of the main reasons why is because you're looking at your money wrong.
That's correct.
You're looking at it wrong. The car note and the mortgage are on they're on a whole different, it's just a whole different thing. And the mortgage was a 6% interest, and the car was what? It was
3%. So what's happening is, the question that we all should be asking is this. We have X amount of money left over the end of the month. What is the most amount of interest I can cancel with that money? We never ask that question. What we focus on is the principal. How much debt can I eliminate? But you pay it down, but what did it cost you to pay it down? Well, you don't really know because you're never focusing on the interest. And so, folks, the debt roll-down systems.
I mean, it makes you feel good, I guess.
It does. The snowball effect.
But this makes you feel better.
That is the most inefficient way to go about eliminating your debt.
Absolutely. So I'm so glad Jason took the time. Thank you, honey, for doing this.
Oh, you're welcome.
I wanted to share with as many of my friends as possible that this is the reason why, I've had friends say, well, y'all are always going out. Oh, how do you get to go all these places? I really believe that a lot of us are really tied to our jobs in a way, and tied to certain situations in a way that you don't have to be, because it's really a lack of knowledge about how money works that has you in some of the situations you're in. Student loans can be paid off in 2 to 5 years.
That's correct.
Car notes can be paid off in 3 to 5 years.
That's correct.
It doesn't matter what car, how long, whatever. Mortgages, 8 to 12 years. I think a lot of us are missing a huge opportunity.
We do.
We live with very little debt, and I just want to share. I thank you for doing this for me.
Oh, you're welcome.
And I hope you learn. You should call him though. 256-258-9393. Shameless plug.
Thank you, guys. We'll look forward to speaking to you guys again.
Bye.
Bye-bye now.